Hi guys, welcome to the CoachTrap podcast. It's just me today. Greg is having some issues in Bali. What can you do? It's all right for some, isn't it? But I'm here with Olga. Great to be with you again, Olga. How's it going?
Hi, Roddy. Hi, Dan. Yeah, it's going great. Yes, thank you.
Perfect. So Olga, tell us a little bit about how you got into coaching and what sort of coaching you do at the moment.
Sure. So a few years ago, say about 5, I had my own franchise gym. And this is something that was a dream of mine. And we decided to join the franchise because financially I wasn't able to open Olga's gym. So going through the franchise, using their marketing and sales strategies, we thought that it would be the better situation for me to have my own gym, because when you join a franchise, the business becomes yours. You just operate under the umbrella. So we started building from scratch. Like literally, the building was didn't exist, so we started from scratch in January 2020. Then COVID happened, everything stalled, and then eventually we opened in September 2020. So my goal back then was to empower people to change their lives to the better through exercise, because my background is fitness. I've been in fitness for over 25 years. I started as a fitness instructor and then kind of grew myself up to having my own gym. So this is what I knew. This is what I did all my life, and this is why I opened the business, to empower people to change their lives through exercise. Great, I can do this. I felt comfortable, but then the pressure of running your own business without having the experience of running my own business, but I kind of trusted the franchisor on giving me that experience, giving me that support, which I did have. So the pressure of running that gym was coming to me to the point where I was working 70 hours a week, 12-hour shifts, no days off, and I did not trust anybody to run my business. I didn't even trust franchisor, because I told them, you don't know my demographics, you don't know my business, so go away, I know how to do it. So this is what I've been telling myself. But within my period of running the business, because I am people's person, so I got really close to all of my members. I had about 2,000 members, and I knew everybody's name and everybody's lives of my members. And what they were coming to me to say, well, can you fix my life? Can you fix my husband? Can you fix my wife? Can you? So it was basically like I was their ear to listen rather than delivering the exercise. I had a team who delivered the exercise, but my focus was to help people to kind of improve their life through just listening and talking and asking questions. So then it was a point where, when are we going to make sales? And I said, yeah, I don't want to. I'm really enjoying helping people. And I think that's how my business is supposed to grow. What I didn't know is I need to bring money in for business to survive. But I had no energy. I had no desire to bring any money in. I was just buzzed by helping people to sort out their lives. That's it. And when I was told, well, do you realize that you're going to lose the business? And I was like, because you're not bringing the money in. And I said, yeah, okay, I want out. And within few hours, after a few months of that information, I just gone. That's it. Gone. So the investment of 600,000 community that I built, the friends that I've done, I've made, everything gone overnight, literally overnight. But I already, while the business was coming to the end, I already got qualified as a life coach, as accredited life coach with the coaching masters, who are the highest in the coaching industry. So I'm an international accredited coach. And that was like, oh my God, I found my next thing that I want to do, because I really like helping people to sort their life. Back then, that's what I did. As I developed my skills of being a coach, I realized that I want to help women who are in the same position that I was, stressed, working long hours, don't know what they do, not trusting the team, not trusting themselves. And I thought, why would people need to go through this where I can tell them how not to? And this is how my kind of niche created. So now I teach people, I teach women in business to master their self-leadership. so they can lead themselves to lead their businesses, but also to realign the businesses so it's kind of aligns with their values, with themselves. Because most people were conditioned by the world who you should be, how you should think, what you should wear. So I want to help them to get out of this, create the business that aligns with them, and create the life that they want for themselves without sacrificing what really matters, like health, relationships, money, and whatever matters to each individual person. So yeah, that's me.
I love that. What a story.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting as well. You talk about how you got into coaching to help people, which is what kind of most coaches got into it for, and they struggle with the financial side, the marketing side. Greg always talks about it as type A and type B people. So you got the type A who are like the Wolf of Wall Street types, all focused on the money more than helping people. And you got the type B who are kind of less business focused and more focused on helping people. And you kind of need a hybrid of both to have a successful business. And that's kind of what we are. You're the type B and I'm the type A. And we're hopefully going to help each other a little bit on this podcast.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how you're getting your leads in for the coaching at the moment. Where's that coming from?
So I am active on LinkedIn at the moment. And the reason I got into LinkedIn because I was in other, platforms like Facebook and Instagram. And I was just posting and posting and posting. It was quite overwhelming to post what I was taught to post. Like, you have to talk about your life, you have to talk about your struggles, and then eventually you will attract the right people who want your services. Nothing was working in all of the platforms. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I need to pick one platform because I cannot go back to that stressful situation, that overwhelmed situation that I was with my gym. So I decided to pick LinkedIn because I thought that's where the business women will hang out the most, and that's where I can reach out and help them. So right now, everything is organic for me. I am just sharing value through my posts. I'm not active on Instagram and Facebook at the moment, but I am a member of a few of the groups on Facebook, which is like business for women or whatever other groups. And I just kind of be there and offer them value. I'm not like selling, like like you have a message is like buy this.
Yeah.
This is not my thing. So I'd rather to make the relationship with someone and the sale will come naturally because I have helped you by just connecting and we resonate. And then that person will say, well, what can you do more for me? And then I'll say, here's what I can do more for you. So, I've been selling memberships for like 25 years, and the most kind of authentic way to sell is to find a client and a product and blend them together. So you need to find why they want to buy your product. And that's only through personal connection. So that's how I get leads from organic marketing at the moment. And my kind of advertising is I have a little bits that I can kind of invite people to go to, like, for example, my quiz or my freebies, so they are all for free and people can download and see where that takes them from once they've downloaded.
Yeah, I love that. You definitely I agree that you need to build a relationship first before trying to sell people. It's really, especially on LinkedIn, you get a lot of those messages which are like, you just cringe at, like, let's connect, or like, are you interested in this? Like in the first message, you don't even know who they are. It's quite annoying, but you're in a really good position because obviously you've got the really good people skills, the relationship building skills to convert your leads into customers, basically. The issue that I'm seeing, the bottleneck, is the amount of leads or the quality of the leads. So kind of targeting with your content. You've got the whole funnel that goes from targeting to get the leads and to build that audience where you've got those people who are interested in what you sell. And then you've got the relationship building, which obviously you're good at already. So with getting the leads itself, I did have a look at your LinkedIn. You had that post a few days ago that kind of blew up, got like 10 times more likes than usual. And we talked about it before the podcast. You thought it was because of the photos.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were kind of like experimenting with that. I think it's actually because of the hook. So you started that post with what if the only thing holding your business back isn't your strategy, but your inner leadership? So what
Yeah.
that's done is, rather than all of your other posts, which is kind of getting a problem and a solution, this is kind of suggested why that problem needs to be solved. So why your business is actually being held back by your leadership, rather than just talking about leadership straight away. What you've done there is talks about how leadership is actually going to affect stuff in the real
Mm,
world, tangible stuff. And I think that's what has resonated a lot more with your audience, is the
mm,
tangible benefit of working with you, rather than
yeah.
just the things that you do, but people don't really know what that means for them. And obviously
Yeah.
they're in it for them. So
Yeah.
that's really important. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah, I love it. I try to put hooks in every post, but some of them obviously more powerful than others, like this one that you just said. And that's right. It's like if I'm a consumer myself and if I'm looking for something, so how would that benefit me? I
yeah,
don't care how it will benefit the person who sells it because they're gonna get money anyway. So that's like a given. But how would that benefit me? What would I get from it? And when people are emotionally buying, like sometimes that becomes then okay, I'm just gonna buy and then I'm gonna regret it because that's how emotional buy happens. But like you said, what is it that they're gonna how that connection gonna change their life? So no one cares about what my life is. It's how are they connecting to that particular post is the importance of the hook, I guess. Because
yeah.
like how many people scroll past posts and they do not resonate, they do not connect. I mean, I do it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, it's really interesting to see the contrast between hooks, like the posts that are on like 3 or 4 likes. I had a look at one that said, let's talk about leadership. That was your hook for that one, which obviously
Yeah.
didn't do as well because you're not talking about the benefits of it. Whereas if you started with a hook with something like, this is what saved me 12 hours with my
Mm.
leadership a week or whatever, something like that with a
Yeah.
tangible benefit.
Yeah. And the thought behind that particular hook, do you know the song? Maybe you don't because you're too young, but let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about
I've heard of
me.
it.
Yeah. So that was my thought behind. And that's where I said, let's talk about leadership.
Yeah.
Because I thought everyone knows that song. Even you know the song. But that's what I thought. How would they know what I thought? So yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
yeah, I think hook, the good hook, the hooking hook is very important.
Yeah. So that was the first thing that I had a look and I thought you could
Mhm.
improve on with the hooks. The second thing is obviously you know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about. It's kind of getting that across to your audience. So you've got to show that you're trustworthy and actually likely to solve that problem rather than just talking about the problem. So you do that with testimonials and you do it with case studies. So
Yeah,
in the case studies, it's telling them what you did and what changed for your old client as a result of that. So what
yeah,
actual tangible benefit did they get? It really gets the audience into the shoes of being your client and kind of imagining their life as better with your solution, if that makes sense. And obviously hopeful that you can change something tangible rather than just something abstract like authentic leadership, something like that.
yeah.
Something that actually means something in the real world. And a lot of
And
people are actually a lot of people are scared of case studies because it means kind of sharing what you did. And they think people might copy and all that stuff. But
mhm.
I think that using the example of a plumber. So a plumber could tell you exactly how to fix a sink, but you still probably wouldn't do it. You'd probably pay him like 50 quid for 10 minutes or whatever ridiculous prices they're charging now. But
Yeah,
you're not actually paying for the 10 minutes for him to fix it. You're paying for the 3 years that it took him to learn how to fix a thing correctly and do it every time. And that's what coaching is. That's what coaching is. It's not exchanging your time for money. It's exchanging your experiences and your solutions for money. And case studies just show that you have that experience and you can solve their problem consistently every time without too much risk. It's kind of removing that risk in their head. So you can paint the dream for them, but with that tangible benefit, and you can remove the risk that you might not deliver or you might get it wrong. And that's what case studies are for, pretty much. So I know that was quite a long one, but have you got any questions about that?
yeah. I first of all, I agree with what you said in terms of trustworthy and using testimonials, but I also agree with using someone's experience to showcase what you do
Yeah,
because coaching is very individual. And when we sign the agreement, it's between you, it's between coach and a client. So it's very confidential information. But having said that, there are ways of demonstrating the transformation where they started and where they landed using the coaching that I provide. Yeah. So I agree. And also like the plumber example is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah. Question. I did have testimonials. Yeah. I think the question would be like, how would you make the testimonial in a way that it stays private, but also, hoping that it will resonate with that one person who needs your help right now?
Yeah, it's difficult because obviously with coaching, it's very personal. What we do is we anonymize the names, so it's just the testimonial. And if what people want to kind of verify that that person is a real person, we'll get them in contact, which doesn't really happen that often. But it's just to show that it's not like we haven't made it up or anything like that. But you can do that, and ideally you get like a range of different clients, your whole range, so that people can see themselves as one of those testimonials, if that makes sense. See themselves transform.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point of a good testimonial, because it still need to resonate, with that person. Like, if I was buying a straighteners, the best brand ever. Okay, if it's best for you because you've got different type of hair, it doesn't mean that it's best for me. So like, you need to say it in a way that it resonates with my hair. Why is it good for me, that particular product? So yeah.
Yeah. But looking at your content, I think it's really just that small issue of using more benefit oriented hooks and adding in those case studies so that people see that transformation. And I think once you do that, you will be on a good path, because obviously we're not trying to go viral. We don't need to get, 200 likes or anything like that. Literally 10, 15, 20 likes is plenty, as long as they're the people that are resonating with you and can see themselves working with you. And you're on a very good path, to do that. So yeah. Have you got any more questions with that?
Yeah, just to comment, like, with Instagram, you go for likes,
Yeah.
all of this stuff and all of this stuff. That's what put me off from being consistent there. But what I've learned from my experience is that people watching your content, and it will be the right people who will become your clients. Everyone watching, but not everyone is your client.
Yeah.
So yeah, by tweaking what you said, that make total sense. Yeah. What would you suggest about marketing, or maybe a lead generation? What could I do to improve my funnel? How can I get more people into funnel?
Yeah, I know what you mean. So it's kind of getting that balance of posts that have virality potential, and those posts that are being more selective, more specific with people. So you've got to be posting those two different types of things. So for example, I've got like short tweets that I use that get about like 5,000 views, a few hundred likes, to kind of build that base of just numbers. And then turning that into actual clients is more LinkedIn focused, more long form, more valuable about marketing for coaches, obviously, and kind of weeding out those people who wouldn't be interested in that. But I wouldn't be too worried about being viral. I'd be more worried about just getting the people that you can help, with the content. And obviously that lead magnet that you talked about as well. Tell us a little bit about that, and I'll try and help you a little bit with the marketing of that.
Yeah. So when I was thinking how to connect with the right client, or how to make a post that resonates with the right client, I kind of went through the client's journey in my head, and I thought, okay, if you want to master your self-leadership, because that's what will grow or help you to grow your business, because that's what business people do. They want to grow their business. They want to make money, or whatever. If it's not money, you need to know where you are at the moment. You need to know why you cannot go where you want to go. So I then created a quiz that identifies these things. So basically, where you are right now with your business and your life, what's holding you back, and where you want to be in order to create the life that you want. So you click on a link, you answer, there's 10 questions, then you answer, and then obviously depending on your answers, you have 3 different results that you will land on. And when you land and you get your results, you have a free workbook that you can benefit from. So like, you will get a value just from reading that book. But then also, if you wanted to go a little bit more detailed, then you can book a one-to-one call with me, and then we can go from there. So every result will be different. So it will be, if I have no idea what I'm doing, if you're somewhere in the middle, or I know what I'm doing, I know what I want, but here's the book, read it. Maybe you can find something useful from stage. Yeah.
I mean,
so there's the
that's
little
perfect.
gift is always there.
Yeah. It's very valuable. It's good for people. So what a lot of
Yeah.
people do wrong with promoting this kind of thing, this lead magnet, is putting a link just in their post. So they'll write a post and then I'll end it with something like, by the way, if you want to see what stage you're at now, go to this link and we'll find you. The problem with that is that a lot of people don't know you. They don't know you yet. They've just seen your post, or they don't trust you because they haven't seen you enough times. They need to see you about 6 or 7 times to actually trust you. And obviously clicking links is a little bit sketchy these days. So people need to have that little bit of knowledge about you first. What I do that's quite different to most people is with a lead magnet, I only promote it in the DMs. So if someone kind of engages with my content and I see that they're a coach, maybe they're struggling a little bit with their LinkedIn, I think I can help this guy. Let's send him a little DM. Let's see what he's struggling with at the moment, and let's see if I can help him a little bit. So that's what I'll do. I'll help him, and I'll say maybe you'll benefit from this lead magnet that I made a couple of months ago. Send it. They trust you even more with that lead magnet. You could use the same with your thing, and that's how I would use it rather than posting it in the posts. Because LinkedIn anyway doesn't like links external of LinkedIn. The whole goal of their algorithm is to keep more people on, more people reading. Whereas if you send it in the DMs, your content is still getting a lot of views. Your content is still getting views from the right people, most importantly. And that means you can DM them, you can help them even more, and you can send that lead magnet to them, which is going to obviously build that trust even more. Work them down the funnel, like you said, and get yourself some sales. So I think you're actually really good at the type A type personality stuff. You just don't give yourself enough credit for it. I think that's really you're so close. And with these like little tweaks, you're going to be in a really good position.
Yeah. Thank you. And you know what you said right there about the lead magnet is so much easier to what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So like I'm on a mission to make my life as simple as I can, because we complicate our lives so much. So what you're saying is don't post the link in a post, because you need to make a connection whether they need it or not first. And second, LinkedIn doesn't like links.
Which is interesting.
But yeah. But I guess LinkedIn link people, not links. What I am doing is, right, so I have this quiz that I think everyone will find useful. So let me make a post so I can connect my quiz to the post. So every post is, how do I connect them? How do I connect them? How do I give value to people? How do I talk about what they experience and so it resonates? And how do I also connect the quiz to my post? You see the difference. And you just give value, let them love you, trust you, know you, and then give the link. This is like so much easier than I'm doing. So yeah, thank you for that. It's an eye opener, actually.
People do overcomplicate things a lot, especially with marketing. Usually it's people just trying to sell you their course, trying to overcomplicate stuff in your head. But it's really quite simple once you know what you're doing and you kind of put the time and effort into doing it. But yeah, I hope, is that all good? Have you got any more questions on that, or are we all good?
What else could I do in terms of marketing? Could I run, is there like ads on LinkedIn that you can run?
Yeah, I mean, the 3 types of marketing, really, the main ones are content, ads, and outreach, which is just kind of messaging people, emailing people. Ads are going to cost you a lot of money if you want to run ads. And also, if you haven't got the kind of content base that you need, people are going to see your ad, click on your profile, and then they're going to think, this person isn't really that trustworthy. They're getting like not that many people engaging with their posts, that kind of thing. So it's almost a waste of money if you haven't got the content base first. With that outreach, it's going to take you quite a while. I mean, I'm maybe a little bit biased because all of my clients really have come from content, and that's kind of what I specialize in. But outreach is going to take you a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of leads that don't really want your outreach. Potentially, like I've got a lot of cold messages recently from random people just trying to sell me stuff, and what all they've done really is made me associate their name with something negative, because I don't actually want what they're selling, because they can't qualify me.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think content is kind of the no-brainer place to start. It's free for a start. And once you know what you're doing with it, and especially if you've already got a few clients, you already have a track record, you know exactly what you're doing, trustworthy, it's kind of a no-brainer. So I would stick with the one funnel to start with, and you can't really go wrong from there. And then kind of just expand to more platforms, do more posts, more different types, videos, that kind of thing. And that's where I'd go with it. I think unless you're making quite a significant amount of money, like 6 figures plus a year, that's when you'd be more into the
Invest.
ads.
Yeah.
Exactly. But until then, kind of keep it simple, like you said.
Yeah. But you know what? Thank you for your honesty, because this is the thing, like, there are people out there who just want your money. So like, I help you to create ad, and then you need to pump,
Yeah.
$100, pounds, whatever it is a week. And then what?
Yeah.
Will you have the result that they say, oh, you can make, 10K a month if you do this? But that's not true. It's not just that. You need to do something else, which is organic marketing, like you just said, connecting with people. Yeah, and making sure your posts creditable and resonating with the right people.